so here we are at Krown. This is going to be the vehicle's third treatment, and I can't believe what I'm seeing underneath here. It is absolutely rust-free. It is amazing. Last time I was here, even this hanger had started to rust a little bit, and it stopped. Everything is rust-free. You can still see a lot of the oil from the first time that I had it done. The bottom of this truck, if you were to wash it, it would be brand new. It's just incredible how this thing, how it preserves it. Now I had this thing done, this is going to be the third time. I had it done last year, I think it was July, and a year later we had a really, really hot day, and it started dripping oil out of the bottom of the tailgate. This stuff never hardens. It stays soft all the time. It constantly moves. It constantly creeps into all the little nooks and crannies. He started spraying over here. You can see some of it starting to drip off, but they will get their probes and they'll get inside the frame rails really good. This is awesome. Alright, I'm going to get out of the way and I'm going to let these boys do their thing. And I'll kind of film it from the outside to show you what's going on. Okay, so here he goes. He's starting with the probe now. And he'll go into every little hole that this thing has. And you can see the fog. Uh-oh. Yep, he's got to fix his mask so we don't breathe it. It's non-toxic, it won't hurt him, but I wouldn't want to breathe this stuff every day. You can already see it's dripping like crazy. Yep, gets inside the running boards and do that. It's a tube-style running board. They're notorious for rusting out, and I show no signs of corrosion on it anywhere. Look at the fog creeping out of that. Getting inside the running boards. It's amazing. This truck looks like brand new on the bottom, and I'm in the rust belt. The only time I drive this truck is when it's raining or snowing, and they use salt on the roads here heavy, and you never know it by looking at this thing underneath it. Now here's the thing. When I go through a car wash in the winter, I get the absolute cheapest car wash I can get, because I only want it to wash off the salt on the top side. You don't want to get the bottom under sprayed, because it'll wash all the oil off, and then it defeats the purpose. Look at that, there's in that cross member. It gets in the holes and it sprays on one end and it comes out the other end. So yeah, I never get an underbody wash on this. I only wash the top side. Most of the time I wash it by hand anyway, but I get this done every year. It's a very reasonable cost. Look at the sprays in one area. Look at the fog coming out of the fender. Look at it coming up out of the hood. I mean, this stuff, it creeps into everything. And it stays soft. It'll continue moving. Whenever it gets warm out, it starts to creep again. It'll start dripping again. I'll get it on the bottom of my doors, on the rocker panel. It'll drip out my tailgate, it'll drip out the hood, because they spray the inside of the hood too. When he gets done on the bottom, he'll drop this down and he'll spray into all the little nooks and crannies of the hood, and it'll do the same thing. Okay, so now we're getting ready to do the top side. He'll get under the hood. He pulled the plugs out of the door, and they put a little grease around it, and where the plugs are going to go back in, so it doesn't rust out. And you can see there's no signs of any rust around the hole itself. But you know, there's holes. They drilled a couple of holes. This was done when the truck was brand new. A couple of holes here and there. Not many. I mean, what did they drill? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. 6 holes. There's one up here in the front. That's it. 6 holes per side. That's not a lot. So now they'll pull the tail lights out of the truck, and then they'll spray in all along the bed. Getting inside the doors, you can see the vapor coming off the holes. It's an amazing process. Oh yeah, now you'll do inside the tailgate, and I mean, and it stays in the tailgate because when it gets really, really hot outside, it starts coming out the weep holes on the bottom of the tailgate. You can see he sprays in one side, and you can see it coming out the other side. And he does it from both sides. Look at this. On a hot day, when I clean this truck and I wipe down the inside of the doors, I'm wiping off the oil that's coming out the weep holes in the bottom because it coats everything. It constantly moves and creeps into everything. You know, put new plugs back in it and wipes it down. The service here is excellent. They treat me really, really good. They do a very thorough job. Now he's getting the door pillars. Which also is the rocker panels. he goes in the tail light and it shoots the whole inside of the fender on the bed. And he goes way in with it. That's awesome. You can see the fog that comes out underneath. They're getting close to being done. They'll start, you know, buttoning it back up, and then they'll get a wash. Okay, now the truck gets a wash. Get the foam cannon out. Let's see if I can come out here with the sun to my back. Yeah, this place has always treated me really, really good. They're in a new location now. They just moved around the corner. Different building, but service is the same. They treat me really, really good here. They do an awesome job. It's nice to deal with a company that takes pride in what they do. And I talked to them about the soap that they used on the tires last year. He said that was something that Krown recommended, corporate, and he said they don't use it anymore because they've had a couple other customers commented on the same thing. And I'm like, yeah, the first time I had it done, it didn't do that. The second time, you know, it kind of turned my tires brown. I mean, it went away. It wasn't permanent. So yeah, he'll do a real nice job washing it. And I'm just thinking, when I take it home now, and I park it in my driveway, I got kind of a crumbly driveway, so I'm not really worried about it. But it'll drip for at least a week, especially when it gets warm. But it's a non-toxic oil, and, you know, it doesn't permanently stain the driveway. After it gets rained on a couple times, it kind of washes away, so, you know, you don't really see it.
Yeah, he will. He's something that you could do.
So this is actually the owner of the facility. He comes out and he gets involved with it too. He's not just a silent owner.
Owner slash car washer.
There you go. He said owner slash car washer. But it's nice, you know, that he lets me do this video. You know, he does a good job of my vehicle. He's always been very nice to me. He treats me really, really well. These people here are awesome. They do a real thorough job washing everything down. Now it helps that I have my truck ceramic coated anyway. And I wipe it down with a ceramic wipe all the time, so not much really sticks to the paint on this truck anyway. But this is a 2021 Toyota Tacoma, and thank you, sir.
Thank you.
And it's definitely preserving it.
So what we have here, we have this is our KLFSM. This is a foaming chain lubricant, you know, for chainsaws, bikes, motorcycles. This is the T40. This is what we spray in the vehicle. This is good for anything you want to lubricate or keep from rusting. I sprayed it on a squeaky screen door about 3 years ago, and it still doesn't squeak. This is the world's best penetrant, hands down. It's our fast-acting penetrant. It has incredible capillary action. It's only a very thin SAE3, and all of these are all solvent-free.
Awesome.
So this is a pure can of oil we're giving you here. And this is our multi-purpose. This can be associated most closely with, say, a WD-40, but we like to say it's WD-40 on steroids because it does so much more.
Awesome. So this is really cool. I wasn't expecting this. This is all all freebies that they gave me so that I can, you know, use this stuff to maintain the truck. And I'm always turning a wrench in the garage on something, whether it's bicycles or motorcycles or whatever. So I'm sure that all this stuff is going to come in handy too.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much. Don't you hide. You're part of the team too, right?
Our lovely secretary. Oh, I'm sorry.
Right?
Would you like to be called?
So
This is Elizabeth.
careful, it's on video. Careful.
She does pretty much everything except spray the vehicle.
You know, it's always the women that run everything.
Yep.
Awesome. Okay, so let's do a little follow-up now. Had the vehicle Krown rust proof today, and if you walk around the vehicle, you can see on the ground out here, you can see where it's dripping oil on my driveway, and it's supposed to. It always does that. You can see little spots here and there. Here all along the rocker panels, it's dripping off. Same thing in the back. This is what it's supposed to do. And it'll do this for about a week. Now, the thing that's really cool is I had this done, you know, every year. I had it done a year ago. And last month we had some really hot weather in July. And this truck started weeping again. This stuff never hardens. So when it gets really hot, it starts spreading out and it keeps creeping. And that's what's really cool about it. I mean, it gets into every little nook and cranny. Now, I don't know if you can see on this, they did a really good job of washing it. Now, you probably can't see it in the camera, but I got to come out here and wipe the vehicle down. I usually keep it, you know, pretty clean, but I'm going to come out and wipe it down. Another thing was I want to say is really cool is about the facility where I'm at. They treat me really good. I talked with the owner of the company about how last year he saw my video and about how it turned my tires brown. I don't know what the soap was that they used when they washed it, but it kind of turned the tires brown. He said, yeah, they had a couple people that had mentioned that, and he said they don't use that soap anymore. And so now I'm looking at mine, and yeah, no, they're fine. I don't have any cleanup on the wheels or tires to do. Then the other thing was, let me pause this camera for a minute. Okay, so this is the other thing that was really cool. The owner of the company, he chose to give me a bunch of Krown's products to try out. And I thought that was really cool, very nice of him. And let's see, I gotta make sure I turn the cans around so you see it in English, because Krown is a Canadian company and it's French Canadian. So a lot of the wording on the cans is in, you know, French Canadian. So anyway, this one here is really interesting to me. This extreme duty chain lube. I think that I'll be using this on my e-bike. I want to give it a try and see how it does. And timing couldn't be any better, because it's about time to lube the chain on my e-bike. And then I got some other stuff here. This here is pretty much Krown formula in a can. Okay, so if I wanted to touch up something, I could, or use it on anything else that I want to rust proof. This is a similar thing, but it's more of a penetrant. And then we have this one here, and he says these two products are like WD-40 on steroids, is what he called it. There's no solvent in it, and that's the difference between this and WD-40. WD-40 has got a high solvent content, whereas this doesn't really have any solvent at all. So it'll be interesting to use this, and if you know, wherever I would use WD-40 to try to break something loose, or this one here says it's actually an anti-seize, so you can spray it on something and it will help to keep it from rusting, you know, fasteners, that kind of a thing. So that was also another thing that was really cool about the whole process that I went through with Krown today. Now, I don't know what the value of this stuff is. I would imagine it's not cheap. and I thought it was really generous of the man to offer me this stuff to give it a try. So I wanted to give a shout out on YouTube to let you know that not only do they have rust proofing for your vehicle, but they have many other products that are non-toxic and that you can use and other things that you do in your garage and shop and with your vehicle. Some of this stuff is flammable, but I think that most of that is just because of the propellant that's in the can. And oil, of course, if you spray any kind of oil near a flame, it can ignite. I mean, any kind of oil. If you go out and you barbecue and you spray Pam cooking spray on the grill, it'll ignite instantly. So, you just have to, use a little common sense with any product like this. But yeah, I'm really stoked about this. I'm really anxious to try some of this stuff out and see how it works. So now the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to get my microfiber rags out, and I'm going to come out here with some spray cleaner that I use. I use a ceramic spray, and I'm going to wipe this all down again, and then just let it sit here in the driveway and drip. So there again, I was really impressed with when I got under the truck today, and there again they let me get underneath it and take a look at it. I'm very, very impressed with what I see underneath it. This is a 2021 Tacoma. This is its third treatment now, and the bottom looks brand new. It's amazing. There's no rust anywhere. So like I was saying before, the only time that I drive this truck is when it's raining, snowing, cold, whenever the weather's really crappy. That's pretty much when I drive this truck. So the Krown product is doing its job. It's exceptional. I would highly recommend it to anyone. So that's all I got for today. I'm going to turn the camera off. I'm going to get my cleaning stuff out, give my truck a quick detail, and call it a day. Oh, and I'm supposed to be saying this. I always save it for the end. I don't like to do it at the beginning. If you like what I'm doing, you like the things that I talk about, you like some of my topics, like, subscribe, comment, ask questions, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.